We got to put it all on the line, on the line, on the line, on the line. I need everything you got.
There is no tomorrow if we don't pull this out, pull this out, pull this out.
Great teams never let up. Never, 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 never.
Do what we do and have fun doing it. Let's go, go, let's go, go, let's go. We have the heart, we dig down deep, and we take.
And welcome, sports fans, to Frisco, Texas, where today's MCLA Division B National Championship is about to begin between the top-seeded St. John Johnnies from Minnesota and the Montana Grizzlies, the third seed. Opening face-off is just moments away. This is Sonny Pieper alongside Ken Lovick as we get set to bring you the Division B National Championship between St. John's. Johnnies are dressed in white jerseys as the higher seed, trimmed in Johnny red and baby blue. And the Grizzlies in their maroon and white, all maroon look with white helmets and the stylish white gloves. Today's contest will mark St. John's second straight appearance in the national title game. They lost last year to San Diego 10-3. St. John comes into the contest with an undefeated record, and they're looking to earn their first ever national title. This is Montana's first ever national championship appearance, and we're just underway here at Pizza Hut Park. St. John's wins the opening face-off. Will Durbin the Johnnies bring it back to X. Ben Ivory has it there on his left hand. He rolls up to the goal line extended, just underway from Pizza Hut Park.
So it should be an interesting battle today when you're looking at the St. John's offense. Posted up 19 goals yesterday in their victory in the semifinal. And in terms of Montana, and St. John's, which put up a great defensive effort against the University of Dayton yesterday.
There's
so
a right-handed shot by Ryan Bailey from about 12 yards away, but there's nobody backing up for St. John's, and the Grizz will get their first look at the ball today.
Back to what we were saying, though, the University of Montana certainly got a high-powered offense. They've got a very solid goalie in Connery. But overall, when you look down here at St. John's, they seem to be a little more
flag down
defensive-related.
The St. John's. We're going to have a delayed whistle coming up against the Johnnies. Montana gets it in the box. Get the ball to X. Under 14 to play, no score. He has it in his right hand. He stops, reverses his fields. Play, no score. He has it in his right hand. He stops, reverses his fields. He passes back up top, and it's going to go out of the top of the box, and the referees will enforce this penalty. It looks like we're going to have an illegal procedure call against St. John's at 13:43. So the first penalty goes against the Johnnies, and Montana goes man up.
Obviously playing into the favoritism, plays to the favorite side of Montana here. They certainly want to try to press the issue here early on offensively. And they're going to get a great shot at that here, being man up early on in the contest. Looks like they're going to set up in a 1-4-1 to start with. And St. John's will be starting in a 2-3 defensive set. I don't know if it's a 5-man rotation or lock of the crease yet, but we'll see how they react to the 1-4-1 of Montana.
Let's get you caught up to speed real quickly. Montana beat Northern Colorado in their opening round game before beating Westminster 19-18 in the semis yesterday. A lot of run and gun in that contest. The Johnnies beat Harding and Dayton to get to this championship game. Montana takes their first shot, and it's wide left. Goes out of bounds here in the near corner of the field. That was Sam Cameron taking a shot for the Grizz. Townsend Hall has it here. A shot by Will DeLucis is knocked down by the defense, and the Johnnies will clear as the penalty is almost up here.
That's a name you said a little while ago we might hear a lot of in terms of Xander Alt for Montana. So far in this tournament, he has 10 goals. Impressive game yesterday. We'll see if he can continue the offense, carry the offensive load for Montana.
Brian Strauss drives from the right side, and his save is a save by the Montana defense there, and the Grizzlies clear. His right-handed shot was knocked down, and the Montana clears left to right. They get it over the midfield line.
Connery with a nice low save right there at his feet. Again, with the shots on these two solid goalies that we have, you're going to have to put it in better places at these goalies' feet. That's going to be too easy of a save for them.
12.5 to play, no score. Montana has the possession here off to my right. Jake Bagley has it. It's checked out of his cross, and the Johnnies defense picks it up. They clear it outside the box. They roll back toward the goal. The long pole there is Dan Woolman. It's his clearing pass is knocked out of bounds.
Nice pressure right there by the Montana midfielder, by Jake Bagley. He had the turnover there and certainly didn't want to give up. He rode hard right there and caused a turnover by St. John's.
He forced the defender back, and under pressure, he made a bad pass that went out of bounds. So Montana gets it right back. 12-13 to play first quarter.
As Montana rotates some offensive players right in there, it looks like they're maybe getting into a 2-2-2 offense set. It's a man-to-man defensive set by the St. John's.
Will Freehofer loses the handle, and the Johnnies get the ball back, and they clear immediately. That's number 34, Vince Wheeler.
He decides to slow it down for a slow break right here just to get possession for St. John's.
Everybody resets here for St. John's. They're bringing some offensive guys on the field. Ben Ivory has it. He's double-teamed, but he rolls out of the pressure. And the Johnnies will continue their substitution here as we go under the 12-minute mark.
For St. John's on the offensive side, they're going to be looking to run through Jonathan and Jacko. So far in this tournament, he's got 8 goals and 4 assists, so you can see he likes to spread it around a little bit. Whereas we commented on Xander Alt a little while ago, he seems to be just a goal scorer. That kid's got 10 goals so far in this tournament, 0 assists at this time.
Ryan Bailey continues possession. He's going to draw a short stick out here. He goes back to his right. Outside roll. Left-handed shot is saved by the Montana keeper. The ball rebounds, ricochets off the end line in the corner.
Colin Connery, who's a sophomore from Michigan, making a nice save right there for the Montana defense. Nice little two-man play from behind the cage right now for St. John's, but a nice defensive play right there by Ben Westland.
Jonathan on Hayco. Drives. There's a loose ball at X, and we're going to have a loose ball push as there's a little bit of extracurricular activity here. The Montana attackman getting in the face of the St. John's defenseman. Loose ball push call goes against St. John's, giving Montana the ball back with 10:57 to play.
I apologize. It was Ryan King on that last defensive play. They're a little incorrect with the roster here, but Ryan King with a nice play for the Montana defense as they're looking to clear their ball right now. And unfortunately, the pressure by St. John's causes a turnover. And for St. John's, Justin Grievous will be bringing the ball back into play for them.
Gervais, a flag comes down. Looks like Montana had too many men on the field, and St. John's is going to get their first man up here in a second, but they maintain possession in the box. It's double-teamed, and it goes out of the box finally by the Montana defense, so they're going to go offside. It's actually an offside call against Montana at 10:29, giving the Johnnies their first extra man chance of the afternoon.
Get our first look at the St. John's man-up offense. They certainly didn't have much trouble with offense yesterday against University of Dayton. So we'll see if they can get themselves going to be the first team to score today. Looks like early on they're going to go ahead and start off in a 2-2-2 against the 2-3 set right now, the Montana defense.
No score in the Division B National Championship live here from Frisco, Texas. And the Johnnies do get on the board right there. That's number 27, Dan Grigas. A little bounce shot trickles by the keeper. And at 10:17, the Johnnies lead 1-0. The junior midfielder from Shakopee, Minnesota, gets the Johnnies on the board, and they draw first blood.
That's Dan Grigas right there with the finish. He got the assist from Lance Wheeler. All it was just a simple look inside. Montana was on a 5-man rotation defense, and an easy look inside of the crease, and he's able to finish. Nice job by St. John's to get on the board first.
Tucker Sargent wins the faceoff from Montana. They feed the crease, and a beautiful shot by Xander Alt is saved cleanly by Joe Nelson. A great save. He went to his knees. He makes the save up high. Montana had a golden opportunity to get on the board and retie this game right off that faceoff quickly, but the Johnnies clear now, right to left.
They certainly did. They pushed that break right down there, and Xander Alt, you expect him to finish those, but he actually had time to kind of get the goalie out of position, but never got him, never faked him, just turned, caught it, shot stick side high, and there was Nelson right there to stuff him.
The St. John's attack turn it over, and Montana gets it back. They get over the midfield line. Our score 1-0. St. John's leads. 9.5 to play in the first quarter. Montana attacks. Xander Alt gets it, but his pass over here to the right side of the box is out of bounds. Just a little sloppy, maybe a little nervousness here.
I think so. I think maybe to be on the big stage and someone trying to claim this B championship after a 2-year run by the University of San Diego. Teams might be playing a little tight right now since both these teams know they're two very high-quality teams, the 1 and 3 seeds playing here, and a little bit of nerve might be setting in early. St. John's trying to clear the ball right there, and pass by Michael Burgess was intercepted right there by number 19 of Montana.
Townsend Hall tries to go to the goal, and he does score. Coming down the left side of the box, his bounce shot beats the keeper, and we're tied at 1 goal apiece.
That was all him that time, I tell you. Townsend Hall, the clearing pass had a wide open mini for St. John's breaking down the field. That was Ryan Bailey, but Townsend Hall, who stands at a very, very big 6'3" and long arms, was able to intercept that pass, knocked it down, and took it in himself all the way, one-on-one with the goalie, able to put it by Nelson to tie the game up at 1.
The referee's stick check there, but he just had an inside roll to create that space, and the second slide wasn't there, given an easy one-on-one chance. Nelson couldn't do much on that one.
That's definitely Montana's bread and butter. They love that transition and try to push it in. And when you're coming off that clear like that, there's nobody in there to really help out except the goalie, unfortunately.
We'll see what happens here, but just over 9 minutes to play. Our score tied 1 apiece. St. John wins the next face-off. They get it over the line.
Will Durbin with a nice job himself right there. Kind of clamped it to himself and was able to pick up the ground ball amidst a bunch of traffic. And St. John's will set up their offense.
Durbin, the junior from Rosemont, Minnesota. Cleaning up that ground ball for the Johnnies. Tony Satter has it here.
2-3-1 set for St. John's right now. And again, we're just sticking with the man-to-man for Montana. Not showing a real aggressive slide right now. Looks like they're going to be sliding from the crease, though, full time.
Jonathan and Hayco here on the right side. Strauss and Ivory out there. They tried to feed the crease. The pass didn't even get over the net. It was actually hit the back of the goal. And Connery will pick up the loose ball there and get it out to his midfielders. But the ball's checked out of the stick over at the midfield stripe, and the St. John's defense picks it up. They're going to try and clear right to left. The ball's still on the ground here. Let's see what happens. We have a whistle. They call illegal procedure against St. John's, playing with a free hand on the loose ball, so they're going to give it back to Montana with 8 minutes to play.
Definitely seeing both teams putting a little pressure on the rod. I wouldn't say it's a full-on pressure, but it's enough to at least disturb the middle of the field. So in other words, I think both teams are going to have to learn to use that wing play a little bit better and stop looking in the middle every time and then just try to run it down the sideline and get it in the box at that point.
Montana works it around clockwise. The Grizzlies in the maroon jerseys and maroon shorts with the white helmets. Loose balls picked up on the right goal line, extended there by Nelson, and he outlets the Johnnies on the fast break here. Coming down the pike, Justin Gervais. He tries to feed the crease. It's knocked down by the Montana defense and out of bounds. Off here to the left near the Montana box.
Again, it seems like a little tight play right now. These guys are trying to force too many passes at this point. I think the coaches need to, one of them might want to look at a timeout here pretty soon just to settle their teams down a little bit. They're trying to make the home run pass, the home run check. You know, right now we're kind of seeing a little bit of undisciplined play by both squads, probably as they're trying to get their feet wet a little bit here and get used to, you know, the fact that they're in the championship game.
St. John's working it around here. They have it left side of the box. They work it back up top here. Coming up on 7 minutes to play. Ben Ivory rolls all the way around. He feeds Jonathan and Hayco. He shoots, but it's outside the goal on the left side. A low shot. Didn't find the 6-on-6 face of the cage, so Montana tries to clear. Outlet there. Jake Bagley draws the foul as he's trying to clear the ball, and Montana's going to go man up here. A hard check by Jonathan and Hayco is going to put him in the box for a minute for a slash.
Good ride attempt right there by the St. Johnnies. They just got a little aggressive with that stick check there. It's one of those things they teach attackmen, or they should be teaching attackmen better. It seems like a lot of coaches have frustration with their attack because they try to use their stick a little too much in that defense as opposed to using their body. That time it ended up costing Jaco as he's going to sit in the box for a minute here for a penalty.
You see Mark Helenick, the St. John's coach, asking the referee where he got it, and you see him motioning to the shoulder or the midsection of the body. He was wanting to know where that check was.
May have heard it up here. Actually, we started a little bit of plastic being hit, and apparently the referee left his little hanky down there too. So I guess this team's not as nice as the Oregon team to bring the penalty flag back to the official.
That's right. The referee doesn't
have a flag right now, so hopefully there won't be any calls for him right now in the next minute or so.
Maybe the referees are a little nervous to be out there as well. A goal by Montana's number 25, C.J. Bonin. Little bounce shot from about 12 yards away. A little loose defense there. They didn't guard him and took advantage at 6:21 to give Montana their first lead of the day.
Yeah, the freshman Will Dilius fed him from up top right there. All it was just a good ball movement. Will was able to step inside the defense as they hadn't rotated correctly. He actually had a nice low-to-low shot that took a nice bounce outside the crease and went up over off Nelson's left hip. So nice-looking shot. Typically, you don't like to see your stick start below your knees like that, but he did a nice job getting bounce off of that so the ball would come up off the goalie's hip.
Lance Wheeler wins the face-off cleanly for the Johnnies. He works it down to his attack, and Hayco gets it down to Strauss. Strauss has the pole at X, an inside roll at X. He goes right back to his right hand, comes right goal line extended. He feeds up top, and Hayco rips and fires, and the Johnnies tie the game at 6:02.
Nice individual effort right there. All started with Brian Strauss right there. Brian did a nice job drawing the adjacent slide. They were at 2-3-1. He drew the adjacent slide. Underneath that, Jonathan Unjako knew exactly what to do. He slipped underneath the defense. Easy pass right there by Strauss. And Unjako just stuck that up in the upper left-hand corner. Nice shot, nice play. Way to read the defense. It might have been a little too much of an aggressive slide in terms of the quickness. At that point, Strauss was still behind the cage. The defense does not need to slide behind the cage. You should wait for him at goal line extended, at least challenge him a little bit.
Connery went low before the guy had even taken the shot, too, and he gave him that part of the goal on the top there. So
he may have been trying to bait him into something right there, but regardless, either way, Unjako gets his 9th goal of the tournament.
6:02, time of the goal. We're tied up at 2 goals apiece.
At least makes up for a slash call a second ago, so at least he's evened himself up that way, but certainly not what you want. Not the way you want to be transferring goals.
We have a loose ball push on the next face-off.
Unjako again there. Again, he's an aggressive kid, though. I give him credit. He's all over the field right now. A little water bug. But Montana's going to get the ball back here and attempt to clear the ball.
Loose ball in the faceoff went toward the St. John's box, and Hayco leveled somebody right when the ball came right toward the line. There's a shot to goal. Look at number 51, Tucker Sargent, run right down the center of the box. No slide. He was basically standing on the crease when he fired that goal, and Montana retakes the lead at 5:36.
Yeah, he actually just ran right through the long stick midi. David Noreen of St. John's. Typically a face-off guy in Sargent, but apparently shows that he has some offensive prowess as well, as he just drove straight down the field. And the defense held, thinking they got no problem because they got David Noreen on him, but David Noreen was just throwing stick checks the entire time. He did not stop the body motion towards the cage. Nice finish right there nice finish that time by Sargent.
St. John wins the next face-off. The LSM gets it across to Ryan Bailey. Ryan Bailey has the short stick. He's guarded there by David Malcolm. He tries to dodge. He's doubled, and he backs it on out.
That last shot right there by Sargent for Montana was the 6th shot by Montana. And of their 6 shots, they've scored 3 goals. So 50% clips. We might be looking at another 19-goal performance at that pace.
There's Unjako with a wrist shot from the right side. It's wide left, and backing it up there is Patrick Small for Montana. Understand?
Again, probably a quick
Unjako is how you pronounce it. Unjako. So sorry for that, Unjako fans.
He definitely took a little quick of a shot right there. The offense was still substituting, getting guys in, and he had no backup that time. So Unjako certainly trying to press the issue a little bit offensively, but might want to make sure his offense is in place in case he misses the cage like that and they can keep possession.
You got to figure this style is favoring Montana.
No,
I mean the way the offense is going. I mean they like to play this run and gun. You know, we're going to run all day with you. We're going to run and score as much as we can. And
they certainly do like to do that, but I tell you, I think St. John's, looking at their season this year, certainly likes to put goals on the board as well. So we'll see how that if they can keep pace with these guys. It looks like we have a flag down
going
here, Sonny.
Against Montana. Thought Unjako was going to get another flag here. As the clear got over the midfield line, went toward the box.
This time going to be on Adam Benny from Montana.
It's going to be a push call, I believe. Actually, it's a slash call. Check that. 4:26 time of the foul. Our score is Montana 3, St. John's 2. So St. John's will get the 1 man.
1 minute man up, and it's their second man up possession of the day, and they're going to start off in a 2-3-1 against the 5-man rotation of Montana.
Let's see what the Johnnies do here. Unjako feeds it up top to Tony Satter. Ryan Bailey. Ryan Bailey tries a hard shot. It's checked up in the air. Strauss gets the loose ball, though, at X, and the Johnnies will reset here. They pass up to the crease, knocked down by the Montana defense. Coming out of there is David Malcolm. He's got it in his left hand, and he gets it over the midfield line and steps it in the box there on the right side. They get it down to the attack. Sam Cameron, but they turn it over right back to the Johnnies defense. They make a nice outlet pass up to the midfield line. Johnnies get it over the line.
A lot of drop balls right now early on in this game, setting the tone for the defense. It's time to take pressure off themselves because the offenses aren't really setting up. They're just dropping too many passes right now.
No fast break. It was slow 5-on-5 as the St. John's midfielder didn't get down in time. So
the way to beat a 5-man rotation, by the way, Sonny, is you just got to have good ball movement right now. St. John's is actually holding the ball too long, trying to feed the inside crease, which is, it looks like it's open in a 5-man rotation, but typically their stick's just waiting to check inside. That's what happened the last time. They need to just move the ball, make these guys get out of rotation or miss one, and that's where your shot's going to come from. But unfortunately, St. John's is trying to be too precision-like in its passes. That's just not going to work right now, trying to feed the inside.
Ryan Bailey throws it away for St. John's. He tried to pass to the left goal line extended. It was off line, and it goes out of bounds, giving the ball back to Montana. And Montana clears. They get it over into the offensive half of the field. They feed on the crease here, and Montana scores. That's number 6, Xander Alt. He gets feed on the left goal line extended, a little shake and bake up top, and he finishes the play. 3:06. Our score is 4-2 in favor of Montana.
That came off the clear right there that time. Will Vollmer, number 15 from Montana, pushing in the fast break. He gets the St. John's defenseman to slide way upfield, which is sort of one of those cardinal sins. Don't slide upfield on those transition plays, and all that left on the backside was Xander Alt wide open this time. He takes his time, gets the pump fake, able to put it over the goalie's head, gets his 11th goal of the tournament.
Left-handed little jump shot after the fake, and Montana has a 2-goal lead now.
Xander Alt does a nice job kind of hiding back at X, so his defenseman sort of stops paying attention to him. And when there's a breakdown in front of him, as soon as his defenseman leaves, as I say, as soon as you see the stickers on the back of the helmet, you go. And he's exactly what he did. When his defenseman committed, he just came in the backside wide open on the crease.
Montana wins the face-off on a technical foul. I think it was a push call against St. John's. Gets Montana possession, and the Grizz will reset here. Whitney Murphy, the junior midfielder, was on the field. He passes back to X. Xander Alt again has it in his left hand. Rotates it around here to Townsend Hall. They go up top to Wes Armstrong. 2.5 to play in the first quarter. Wes Armstrong drives across the top of the box. Rolls back to his right hand. Skip pass to Townsend Hall is knocked down, and the Johnnies defense comes out of there with it. They immediately lose the handle. We have another loose ball that comes out of the box. Montana gets it.
Justin Jervis that time dropping the ball right in the middle of the field right there. Got lucky that there wasn't a Montana player there to pick it up and put it in the cage. But either way, Montana dropped to ride, and they've got possession of the ball right now.
Townsend Hall tries to feed Sam Cameron. His pass is knocked down, goes out of the box, but Wes Armstrong picks it up for Montana. Montana leads 4-2.
St. John's is giving way too many possessions to Montana right now in their own offensive end. They've really got to control that ball, keep possession, clear it, be patient, let their offense have a chance to get back on the scoreboard here a little bit.
Wes Armstrong is going to drive against the long pole. He beats one guy, loses the handle. The ball's loose in the box. We have a contested loose ball here on the left goal line extended. Townsend Hall does clean it up for Montana. He feeds up top. Inside roll by Xander Alt is pushed wide on his shot. And Montana backs it up with 1:21 to play.
Great ground ball by Townsend Hall. Pushes the issue again. Both defenders for St. John not playing good body defense. All sticks. Xander Alt's able to just take a step, a quick little head fake, steps by his man, gets off a nice shot, but just pushes it wide just a tad bit. Probably could have taken another step or two higher, but Montana doing a fantastic job right now, contesting every ground ball it's down. The St. John's guys are kind of standing around looking at the ball. The long poles are. No one's really picking it up right now with aggressive play.
Patrick Small feeds Xander Alt on the crease. He had a shot there, but decided not to take it. He rolls it back outside the box, and Montana will reset down here on the left side. Under a minute to play.
He's a righty right that time. He actually got that feed inside lefty. I don't think he felt like he was confident to get off a good left shot.
Sam Cameron sat there at X. They let him play back there, play quarterback, and decide which side of the goal he was going to drive. He finally comes up with the right goal line extended, shoots out of bounds, though, just over the crossbar. Backing it up is Gordon Marshall for Montana.
Nice hustle right there as well, because Brian Kubovic from St. John's actually had a good 2 or 3 yard lead on him heading to that ball out of bounds, but the speed of Montana definitely shone through that time.
Patrick Small with the right-hand shot. He drove down the left side, backed his defender in. He turns and risks a shot that the keeper can't handle. It just trickles into the goal. Looked like he was being held high, and he hammers it high and down, a low shot that beat the keeper.
I'll tell you what, Sonny, Patrick Small was pretty big on that play right there that time. He definitely just fought his way through the defense. No slide coming, and just muscled his way right through the goalie. Actually, the goalie made an initial save onto the ball, just kind of trickled through his legs into the cage. So tough luck right there for Nelson.
Yep, 5-2 our score. Montana has a 3-goal lead as we go under 20 seconds in the quarter. St. John's wins the face-off. They get it down to the attack. Ben Ivory has it. Let's see if the Johnnies can get a good look at the goal here in the last few seconds. Ivory's driving all the way, doing it himself. He's going through a double team. He has it in his left hand. He's pushed all the way to the right goal line extent. He finally feeds the crease, and he does find Strauss on the doorstep, and Strauss buries it with the left hand with 4 seconds in the quarter.
Nice job right there. Wes Armstrong did not, or pardon me, I apologize. Ben Ivory was certainly trying to do it all himself. In fact, as he ran by one of his own players, Tony Satter, Tony put his hands up like, hey, man, you going to look for anybody else to feed here? And I think that actually worked in his favor because as he kept driving, as we see the replay on the video board here, he actually drew 3 defenders from Montana. He looked inside. There's a cutting. Strauss, pardon me, who was able to finish it over Connery's left shoulder.
That's just what St. John's needed. And the first quarter horn sounds.
I was just going to make a comment as he was making that drive that St. John's doesn't need individual efforts right now. They really need to get the team effort going on the offensive end of the field.
All right, folks, that'll bring the first quarter to a close. Our score, Montana 5, St. John's 3. Stay right there, folks. We'll be back with more coverage from Pizza Hut Park.
7,000 student athletes, 200 teams, 9 conferences, 2 divisions, 1 game. This is the MCLA.
And we're back to Pizza Hut Park. Sonny Pieper alongside Ken Lovick. Our score after one quarter is Montana 5, St. John's 3. Not the prettiest quarter of lacrosse, but nonetheless, the Grizz have the 2-goal lead as we look forward to the second quarter. What stands out there from the stats for the first quarter, Coach Lovick?
Probably the ground ball stats. Actually, it says it favors St. John's in terms of 10-6, but Montana's getting all the key ground balls, and by that I mean it's kind of like the offensive rebounds. They're not getting the ones in the defensive zone. St. John's controlling those in between the lines, but when it comes around the goal area of St. John's goal, Montana's getting all those ground balls.